All right, welcome back to GRAIL Talk. This is episode 8. Today it is just myself, Tom from SEBZVAULT, SEBZVAULT.com, and Bren from BRENSHIDDENTREASURES. What is going on, Brendo? It's just us two. What's cracking?
Not much, mate. Had a pretty hectic weekend. Pretty good weekend. How about you, Tom? How you been?
I've been doing well, man. My weekend wasn't as hectic as yours.
No.
No way, nowhere near. But yeah, I had a nice weekend, just chill one. Just getting ready for the working week. Obviously, Christmas is coming up, so you got to be saving.
Oh yeah, not wrong there. It's only like a month and 3 days, so we're coming pretty close, aren't we?
It's that, bro. I didn't think it was that close, but fuck. So. For anyone listening in, obviously, you know, Brendo and I and Baz. Big shout out to Baz, who isn't here today, unfortunately. All love from Baz at TUNEDBAZ. And yeah, first and foremost, we're all resellers, and we just wanted to give you all a heads up that the AusPost cutoff times for Christmas are released, and Monday the 13th of December is the cutoff for standard post, and Monday the 20th of December is the cutoff for express post. But if you want it before Christmas, you best get in quickly. You know, you don't want any delays holding you back. Now, everything you will hear from us, we will be posting up to our Instagram at grailtalk.au. All the imagery will be there. But yeah, hope everyone enjoys. Cheers for tuning in. We're going to kick it off with our Grail of the week. Brendo, what is your Grail of the week, my man?
Ooh, great question. And I always do this myself every single time I go, yeah, that's my Grail of the week, and then I save it, and then I've lost what account I saved it on. So I'm gonna have to dish it over to you, Tom.
Yeah.
So sorry about that. So sorry.
Bro, last week me and Baz were saying that it was quite dry, and I don't know if people listened into the podcast, but this week has been fucking packed. So many grails, but the one that caught my eye, big shout out to Creps on Deck over at Instagram. He had the Kayano 21 Periwinkles dead stock. If you know your 21s, you know that's a fucking killer pair. Also, a massive shout out to Toon Gel, good mate of mine. He had the Kayano 21 Spider-Mans. You really, bro, I haven't seen those in years. They're definitely a pair you will not see.
Yeah.
And bro, it spoke for itself. They lasted like 5 minutes. They were gone. So yeah, those were my grails of the week. I think there was a Nike one, but I'll have to get back to you on that. But yeah, bro, so much heat this week. Big love for the community. It's been fucking killer.
Yeah, bro, the grail of the week, man. He posted it on. It's a bit late, but I did see it come up in my feed. Definitely have to be from MF Tuned, aka it was legalized shard before Baz took the username, but it's the 2008 Shock Fade. It's the purple fade, LPU-191. It's called Moth, so it's just a shock bottom and TN upper. I had a pair of my account. I sold them to a close mate of mine. He fucking loves them. Absolute grail coming back from 2008. Killer fade, killer quality, man. Everything about that shoe is just whoa. It's just an amazing staple pair, man. Just 2008 Nike, just can't go wrong.
Is it a turbo?
Yeah. Nah. It's not, I don't think it is. Because the turbo. I'll grab out my turbos. So the turbos. Yeah. So the turbos.
Killing it.
So it's half. So the turbo has the veins of the tans halfway through in the middle of the shoe. So if you cut it up into thirds, it's in the middle third, and same as the other side. I'll send it to you now, Tom, so you can have a look. Look on Messenger, and man, absolute killer colorway. You don't see many of these around in a big women's size. I think MF Tune is a men's, maybe a men's 9, men's 10, because these are very rare to come across. I haven't seen a women's 10.5 in a very long time, up to a 12, and I think at least like 4 or 5 years.
So I think my women's 10 and those white pink silvers were the women's that pair would be very, very, very rare to come across and in dead stock condition.
Yeah,
very
Dude,
rare.
I've been really loving the turbos recently. I obviously haven't been big in the Nike scene at all, but ever since talking to you and Baz, of course, I've been doing my research, and the Shock turbos, bro, I'm in love with them, eh? They're actually they're a killer pair. I can't believe that they haven't been retroed yet. And I also can't believe that they're from 2008, because you see a few popping up in pretty decent condition as well. You know, I think they're a very underrated pair, but definitely one for all the collectors out there.
Yeah, they I'm not too certain on this, so don't quote me, but they came back. So I think they got released from like 2007, 2008, all the way up to, I think it was 2013 or 2014, and I have a couple ID pairs here. So the ID pairs are quite newer. So bang, it goes up to 2016 actually. So bang, I was wrong. So the IDs, I got a pair of orange, white, black IDs here, and they came out on the 5th or the 30th. So, and then 2016. So made in Vietnam. So killer colorway actually. So fucking real nice. Love the quality on them. So yeah, 2016. Jesus Christ.
Wow. So they're like you know, a lot of pairs from ASICS and from the Nike TNs, you know, they come out for like a year and they get stashed away in the archives, but the Shock turbos, they were out for a while, eh?
Yeah, mate, they were out for a long while, 9 years, 8 years, something around there. So man, they came out with some absolute fucking killer colorways. Man, you get some IDs, bro, and you look at them and you go, ooh.
Sends a chill down your spine.
Yeah, that you know, that chill you get, and you're like, ooh, you don't like them, but in saying that, man, you get some absolute hectic colorways, like the Persian fades, the bloodshot.
I've seen those
patterns. Man, you got I've got uploaded a pair, and it's the white uppers, and it's got that navy blue to white vein fade, navy blue tick with the light blue outline. You got the reverse sunburn fade. You got triple blacks. You got really anything, triple whites. I've seen heaps of hectic as colorways in women's and men, so it's not lopsided.
Yeah, definitely. I definitely like the way the turbos were made, all the colorways. I haven't seen a Dodge colorway yet, and you know, they're definitely underrated. So if anyone's looking for a fresh pair that may not reach up to the $1,000 price tag, but still is there in quality and colorway wise, definitely check out some Shock turbos. But today we're going to be talking about the new Air Max Plus and Air Max 90 Running Club.
Yeah.
The new colorway that just came out and sold out. Well, bro, it felt like 10 minutes, man. Like, it sold out so quickly. What were your thoughts on it, Brendo?
I have very, very mixed opinions about it. So I saw the post on Facebook on one of the communities, and I looked at it, and I was a bit like, whoa, you know, I don't mind the tag. The tag's sort of growing on me. I'd love to see what the comfort is like with the tag, considering it is different from the normal, not the tag, sorry, the tongue, what the tongue quality is like. And
it was like flat, and it looked like it wasn't completely stitched on the end. It was still open.
Yeah, that OG vibe to it. I think that's not what Nike was trying to put across in that staple pair. But I don't know. I'd love to see it in hand and how it goes. I know the quality on a lot of newer pairs is very, very hit and miss compared to Viets, but I'm not going to go there. I always talk about it in every episode, but I'm not going to go there. But yeah, it's crazy how Nike are diving into different things. But to answer your question, Tom, I'm 50-50, but I'd love to see a pair in hand and how they go in hand. So I'm not going to fully pull out my opinion, but I'd say definitely 50-50. How about you, Tom?
I like the looks of the tongue. It's something different from anything we've seen this year. Definitely big ups to Nike for, a bit of originality from all the other colorways. I do like that. I wasn't a big fan of the overall colorway though. It didn't seem to match up, in my opinion, the navy blue with the red. It wasn't really my type of shoe, but to be honest, I didn't think it was going to be as hyped as it was when it came out. I didn't think it was going to sell out as quickly. And this is another important thing to recognize with this shoe. On Foot Locker, obviously in Australia, all Nike Air Max Plus go through Foot Locker. That's where you have to get them from because Foot Locker own it. So when you go on the Foot Locker, I remember going on it and it was one per customer. You could only buy one at a time. And so you would have to, buy one pair of shoes and that's it, rather than you can't just stockpile it up to avoid the resales. But at the same time, they sold out so quickly and it was mind blowing because Foot Locker have tried to put this in place to, stop that type of, how do I say, stop that type of community, our community getting it for those purposes. They wanted it to be just for everyone, but yeah, I don't know if it was very effective. What do you reckon?
Well, I bought the new Nike tuned men's mid navy white, so I call them glass shatters. Shatters. I personally really like both the pack. I like both the tans. I'd have to see the tan 3s in hand, but I sort of have the same problem with the blue pair. The blue pair is very much the same. I try to buy them straight away, and they say they sold out of stock. So I tried purchasing them 10 minutes later, and it was all good. But I like it how Nike have brought that in, but there is definitely a lot of ways to bypass that. You can open up different guest accounts on Google Chrome, and then put in your card details. I don't know if Foot Locker will clip your card, meaning they will decline your card, so permanently ban it. I'm not too sure on that. I know there's ways on Adidas you can do that. I'm not too sure how else you'd purchase multiple pairs, but yeah, I don't know. It's a different release, and I brought up I typed in Nike Air Max Plus Running Club on Google, and there was a pack of, I think it was 4 or 5. I see a pair of 97s that have that similar tongue, the 95s that have the similar tongue, the 90s have the similar tongue, and then the 2 tan colorways. So there's the navy pair with the black veins, orange tick, and then you got the Krusty Clown shoes. So you got the light blue and then the lipstick red.
What veins. Were you thinking of that colorway, man? Because when I saw it, I honestly thought it was pretty chat. I don't want to offend anyone, but when I saw it, I thought it was pretty chat. I'm not going to lie. It's not my type of colorway.
I'm in the same boat as you, really. You could use them for a soul swap, I guess. For what for?
That's what you're buying them for nowadays. You're not even buying it for the shoe. You're buying it for the soul.
You can. Yeah, there might be a soul swap colorway for him. I can't really think of one off the top of my head, but I definitely know there would be one out and about. Maybe missing a red reflector on some lavas or something. I'm not.
Bro, you know what I just thought of? Fucking if Foot Locker or Nike brought out they just started selling soles, that would actually be that would be an idea, man. That would be. I reckon a lot of people would cop that shit.
Yeah, 100%.
Souls. Holy fuck.
100%.
We got to get in their ears, man. This shit, bro, that's actually a fucking good idea. Because
but
if you're in this community, you do know that everyone soul swaps.
But in saying that,
you got to make them to the OG Viet shape of the soles.
Yes.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's the big one there, because the newer shape of the Indos of the soles are very, very often wonky. So if you want to sole swap a pair from 2008, 2010 onto a 2021 sole, there is a lot of curvature of the shape, a lot of banana shape in it. It's very much so a banana. It's not flat as it used to. I shouldn't say flat, but it's not as it used to be. I'm not an expert in sole swaps. I'm not saying this is 100% the truth, but this is what I've noticed. What reading posts and reading a lot of comments about the newer soles and that, and sole swap discussions. So yeah, you definitely have to make them to the OG format of the soles and that. So yeah, it's definitely would be a hectic idea. Same as free run the world. Free run the world. Definitely.
No,
Definitely.
but with sorry, we went a little bit off topic there, but with the running club, Foot Locker, they went out and they did the one per customer online, and I know it probably wasn't as effective as they wanted to, but I think it was a good idea, and they had the right intentions. Personally, I liked to see that, because a lot of people can't afford to buy the resale prices, and they just want to get it. And I've never been a big fan of selling new releases, but I think it was a really good idea by Foot Locker to do that, and unfortunately, it wasn't executed to perfection, but I hope to see some more, some more trial and error with it in the future.
Yeah, definitely. I like how they went about it. They really thought outside the box, and they really gave it a crack, and that's what I like. I like it how Nike are giving it a crack. They're not just putting in half-assed efforts into putting a shoe in. They definitely really thought outside the box, and that's what I like. I actually don't mind the tongue looking at it a couple of times. I wouldn't wear it. I definitely have it as a collection piece. I know about 5-10 years down the track, everyone would be like, "Oh, that's sick as. What was that tongue from?" You'd go, "Oh, that's from an OG pair back from the 2000s," and someone would be like, "Oh, that's cool as, bro," sort of thing. I like it how they're really thinking outside the box, and they're not just copy and pasting and adding different colorways, sort of thing. They're really thinking outside the box, and that's what I like. I'd love to see something like the X-ray pack. You got the missing veins, but the print on the actual shoe has the veins, sort of thing. I like it how Nike are really moving outside the box. Sorry, and going on to what I was going to bring up next is the glass shatter pack, or the. Wait a second, I'll get the ID. I'll get the ID of it up now.
I like how they've been doing that. They're trying out some more original ideas, some OG ideas, and bringing it into a new. Because when we saw the running club, like, as soon as I saw it, my first thought was, this is going to become a collection piece.
Yeah, 100%.
And you know why? Because it's different. It's just different, and that's why it becomes collectible, because it's different.
Yeah, like the pack that I was going to bring up next, the new men's mid navy white. So it has like the shatter print on it.
Yeah,
Man,
the glass shatters that they've been nicknamed the glass shatters. A lot of people have been getting around them.
Yeah, I love them. It was a bit disappointing how the print is a bit pixelated, same as the Supernovas. If everyone remembers the Supernovas, do you remember the Supernovas, Tom?
The Supernovas. Yes, I do. They're the white ones with the galaxy on it.
Spot on. So that was a very hyped up release, and everyone was like, "Yeah, they're sick as, bro. They're really sick." And then we got them in hand, and we're all like, "They're ugly as fuck."
Yeah,
they're ugly as fuck.
They didn't really do like the They didn't do it very. How do I say? In high definition.
Yeah, very pixelated, and that's why people pay good money for that X-ray pack, because it's so the the
detail. They went down to every last detail and they nailed it. And the price reflects that shit.
Bang, and that could have been the exact same things for the glass shatters, right? So if it was spot on, perfect, detailed, maybe if there was no veins. See, if there was no veins and like you actually see, if you take all the veins off, take the Nike tick off, and you made the pattern. There was a pattern for like the Nike tick, and even if it was like maybe like a very, very light blue or a white or a black or something, something that makes it really stand out. Man, that would have been an absolute killer colorway, and people would literally be lining up for that. That's what Nike really needs to think outside the box and give it a crack. You trial and error, really, like trial and error with a lot of these colorways, like. That's what they do with samples as such. They bring out heaps of different types of samples and they pick which ones they really love. And that's what they should have done with this. They should have made ones with no veins, no Nike tick, and made the actual pattern of the glass maybe inside the veins, maybe actually made the outlines of the veins white or something, something really, really different. You would have walked past and be like, oh shit, they're really nice. Where did you get them from? Like a very, very like, holy fuck, they're a dope pair. That would have been amazing. Same as the TN3s. They could have done something completely different with the TN3s. Same as the black pair of the TNs, Yeah, man, they could have done something absolutely crazy with them. But, it's just Nike we're talking about. It's just
they got to get out of their comfort zone, man.
And ASICS, man. When we go to ASICS, bro, they fucking kill it. They absolutely kill it. The shoes, man, that ASICS bring out are crazy, crazy.
100%.
Like the collection that you've got, Tom, fucking crazy colorways, bright as, bro. Like there's a few pairs that I go, oh, they're very iffy, but like you look at them and you go, fuck, man, you got the comfort, you got the quality, and you've got the colorway. It's just like, fuck, bro, they're fucking insane. They are absolutely insane.
And that's one of the reasons that drew me to ASICS, man, is because I did feel, Nike, they do sit in their comfort zone a bit, and they do, copy and paste, and it is, and with Nike. Air Max Plus, the TNs, the only real distinguish between, an OG pair and a new pair are the manufacturers. And if you don't really know about manufacturing in that, you're not gonna recognize that. Whereas like when someone's burning around in a pair of Sendai's or Kayano 21s, like we were speaking, you know that they're old. Like it's not like you have to read the tag to know that shit. You can just see the shape and be like, that is not what they bring out today.
Yeah. And you get a pair of K26s and they're still as comfortable as K20s, if not even more comfortable, because they didn't lack it. They didn't cut the budget on the manufacturing. They still kept it the same. They made it probably even better for your feet, in all honesty. They probably brought out some new technology that's probably even 100 times better for your feet. But they still kill it. And that's why I love wearing ASICS as a running shoe whenever I go out for runs or something like that, or I go out and wear some Nimbuses or whatever, my K26s or whatever pair of ASICS that I'm wearing, they always kill it with comfort. Gel lights, K20s, when I had a pair, man, they were fucking crazy comfort, man, absolutely crazy. And you're trying a new pair of Tinas and they just feel like you're walking around on a bloody rock, rock from Grand Canyon, mate, a rock.
Dude, I can't even express to you how much I like. I know this may be a bit of an unpopular opinion, but the Kayano 26 is one of my favorite releases. I know it's a bit of an unpopular opinion, and people are going to be like, "Oh, that's not very OG. That's not a very OG thing to say." But you know what? Fucking the 26s slap so hard. I love them. I had a few sets myself, and Baz, I mean, fucking Brendo, sorry.
That's right.
The 26s don't even compare to the 20s in comfort. The 26s are so much more comfortable.
Yeah.
They keep leveling up. ASICs keep leveling up, and it feels, I hate to say it because I do like Nike, but it feels like they're, going down. They're like decreasing the comfort and, worrying about the colorways. But then, like we're talking, their colorways aren't even perfect. It's pixelated. It's not even, they didn't even put their all into the colorway, and it's like, what is the time and effort? Like, what are you doing?
100%.
It's very hard to wrap my mind around it because obviously I'm quite new to the Nike scene, but it just feels like they're getting lazy.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Man, I'm looking through K26s, their colorways right now, and you got bloody bright pink. You got so many hectic colorways. You got light show packs upon light show packs. You got nicks over here, bro. You got everything, man. Like you think of a colorway in a TN, they've got it in a bloody K26. Man,
Yeah,
it's just a pairs upon pairs, bro. And it's not ugly. Yeah, you always get ugly pairs of shoes in any shoe, like in any model. Like you get ugly pairs of tailwinds, you get ugly pairs of 90s, you get ugly pairs of 95s. Like any pair of any model that comes out, there will always be ugly colorways.
Always a chat colorway, no matter what.
No matter what. Like you'll always find a colorway that you'll sit there and you'll go, nah, they're fucking ugly, bro. They are really ugly. But then you got some people who really like them. But what I'm trying to get at is ASICs kill it. They fucking murder it on this, and that's what I love about them. Then you walk into an ASICS outlet, and you'll see colorways that will go, oh no, they're not my forte, but they're in an outlet at a reason because they sat in the shelves for too long. They didn't sell out, sort of thing. Man. I went to a Nike outlet today, and I saw 2 pairs of LTDs, pair of 90s, 2 pairs of 95s, Commandos. I saw Air Max Evos. Like, you see so many Air Maxes, you see so many, like, decent colorways, I bought a pair of Tailwind 5s. I'll send a picture to you after the podcast, Tom, of like what they are, and I'll put them on Grail Talk, and I bought them for $170, so pretty cheap, and man, the comfort's there in the tailwinds. They killed the tailwind range. They really killed that. And that's what I like about the tailwind range, and that's why I like collecting tailwinds. If anyone doesn't know that, I'm a huge tailwind head.
Massive tailwind head at Bren's Hidden Treasure.
Yeah, I love them. Everything about them, man.
I had no idea until this man pulled out a flick of his collection. It was like, all right. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I love them, bro. Everything about them, man. The colorways, like, there's a few very all right colorways, but then you go, whoa, they're fucking hectic. They're really hectic.
That's with everything, man. I am a fucking huge diehard Kinsai 6 fan. I love it. I collect them all. I love them all. But at the same time, bro, there are some colorways that I would never own. That's just it, man. There's always something. But
it goes down to opinions.
We got to get into this ASICS because we do talk about Nike a lot because Nike are always bringing out new stuff. And even though it is new, we see it comes out in the quality because of how quickly they do it. But ASICS, they bring out new things, but there's a big time period between it, and a lot of the community is shifting towards the ASICS scene. A lot of the TN community are coming to the ASICS and, realizing that there is some substance of footwear in our scene. So one of the big things that I need to talk about and address to the community, this is a massive thing, is that there are fake ASICs going around. And because the ASICS scene is quite new to a lot of people who listen to this, they've probably only, just recently got into the ASICS scene in the last couple of years. And I'm here to tell you that there are some fakes. And if you're a big TN head, the TN community has been established for such a long time that everyone sort of, they know what a fake looks like. They've seen a fake before, but some people who buy ASICs have never seen fakes before. And there have been some going around the community, and I don't want to name names, and I don't want to, shit on anything, but there has been some tough things. And I think I want to give some tips, Brendo, on how to like pick out an authentic pair of ASICs and a non-authentic pair of ASICs,
Yeah, I definitely check the size tag. Wrong,
Yeah.
and you can do the exact same with Nikes, and you got OG pairs with Nikes that you can look at the mudguard, you can look at the shape, you can see how many if you look at the sole of the shoe on the heel part, there's a 3 little holes. There's a 4 and 5 holes. So can't remember at the top of my head, but I think it's 9.5 if there's 5, it goes upwards, and then there's 4 if it's a 9 and downwards.
Yeah.
So that's an easy one to distinguish between if they're fakes or not. You got the size tag if there's, I don't know, really botched lettering. You got very spaced apart lettering. You can even type in the special code. So the code you'll find on newer tans. I'm looking at a pair of tans now. So you'll find the code, and it's right under the new size tag. This is what I'm talking about. It's under the Nike tick, and it says, pretty sure it's DC. This is for the new Bloodshot, I think it's called. I'm not too sure with newer releases and their colorway names. It's DC 1936-002. So if you type that up into Google, that's your colorway. That's a colorway code. It'll come up with that colorway, and you'll be able to see if they're fake or not. And I'm not too sure with the ASIC side of things, but that's definitely with the Nike side of things of how to find if there's a fake shoe. But it can go the same. It can go the same way with ASICs, with the wrong lettering, the wrong spacing, the wrong format. Just even the font sizing, and even the shape. Sometimes you can get very butched out shapes, and you can get, I don't know, you'd say a banana. Would you say a banana type of shape to an ASIC? I haven't really seen too many ASIC fakes around.
The ASICs, some of the really bad shaped ones, they will be banana, like as you're saying. But I want to break this down a bit because I feel like authenticating ASICs hasn't been touched on at all in any sort of aspect. And I kind of want to, dive into this and actually give my best to try and help everyone out there. So when it comes down to ASICs, they're very similar to TNs in the fact that a certain model will be made from the exact same manufacturer. So the Kinsai 6, I know the Kinsai 6 like the back of my hand, but they're every single Kinsai 6 you'll buy will be from Vietnam. If you get one and it's from China, it's fake. I'll just call it as it is. It's fake. And that's the same with a lot of models. All of them are from the exact same spots, but there's differences. So if a Kinsai 6 came out in 2015 and it was from Vietnam, and the Kayano 20, I think the 23s, or no, the 22s came out, the Kayano 22s might be from China, that doesn't mean that they're fake. They actually do different manufacturer points for different like model ranges. And that's one of the things, like with ASICs, it's very hard to tell if you're not knowledgeable on it. So I would recommend everyone kind of, if you're going to buy some ASICs, you want to do your homework on sort of what sort of error it was, what are legit, and where was it manufactured. Another big thing in the ASICs world, it's a bit of a myth, but it's also not at the same time, millimeter fakes. So on the size tag, instead of saying centimeters, it'll say millimeters. Some millimeters are real. I can confirm I've had millimeters in hand and they have been dead on real, and a lot are fake. And I feel the only millimeter real pairs you'll get are from Quantums. The Quantum 360s, there are some bad fakes going around. Don't get me wrong, there are some bad fakes. But at the same time, there are some actual real pairs that do have the millimeter on it, and it's just because they were made like they're an international pair. So they weren't made in Australia or America, they were made overseas elsewhere. So the Quantum 360 is probably one of the trickier ones to pick out a fake, but you don't see too many knit 2s or color mixes faked. But knit V1s, especially the grey pair, they get faked a lot. So do the red and black pair, they get faked a lot. And they're one of the ones you do have to look out for the millimeters, because they shouldn't have millimeters at all, because they were brought out in 2016, 2017, I think. But yeah, they shouldn't have it at all. So yeah, the millimeter thing is a myth in the more recent releases. You know, some of them may have millimeters, but OG pairs should never have millimeters as the sizing on it. So that's probably one of the biggest things that kind of, when I was first into it, I started seeing a few millimeters when I was first in the ASICS community, and I used to always call them out as fake. I used to always do it because that's just what I knew. But when you start to actually, you know, research into it a little bit, start looking around, start getting different pairs, comparing pairs, some millimeters are real, but anything before, I would say 2018, if it's got a millimeter tag, I would definitely, you know, be cautious and probably try and find another pair. Yeah, that's the big one that I wanted to get onto. And this isn't really about authenticating ASICs, because me and Brendo, we talked about this at length. You know, bro, how long we talked for? Like 2 days? We talked for like 2 or 3 days about this, whether or not what we should do. There is a lot of people who resale. They may know that there is a company in the United Kingdom, over in UK, that sell ASICs for cheap. They're called Express Trainers. You can find them on the web or on eBay. And they sell ASICs, and I have had a pair of ASICs come from them. I bought a pair of ASICs from them, and they were fake. And at the time, I wasn't aware that they were fake, and it did upset me later on to find out that they were fake, because, you know, I felt bad. And I actually, you know, thought about it at length. And I remember when it happened, when I found out officially that they were fake, I messaged the person trying to reach out to give them a refund of some kind, and actually couldn't, like, they wouldn't get back to me at all. Like, never opened the messages, like their account was disabled, and it was under like some podgy name. So unfortunately I couldn't do that, but it was a massive learning lesson for me that Express Trainers sell some fakes. I can't vouch and say all of them are fake, because, you know, I don't know, but I know that they do have fakes over there. And quite recently there was a massive size run of Quantum 360 V1 Snows in the size 13 men's, and me and Brendo told me about it, and we spoke about it. There was over, what do you say, like 15 pairs available?
I think there was like 15 or 17 pairs, 15 pairs,
Yeah.
something in the double digits, a lot,
There were
a lot of pairs.
There were heaps available, right? And so Brendo, he messaged me about it. I had a look. It was all, and I was like, oh, I think they're fake. They're from a place that I've bought, and they were fake before. So then I went back to message Brendo. We were speaking for a little bit. Then I looked back again, and they were sold out. So I don't know if they took the listing down. The listing wasn't to be found. So I'm not sure if Express Trainers took the listing down, or someone has gone and bought out all of these fake Quantum 360 knit V1 Snows. But I'm just going to put it out there. If they do arise, they may not arise. I may be completely wrong. They may have just taken it down. But if they do turn up on Australian shores, just be careful when you're purchasing a pair of Quantum 360 knit V1 Snow White, US 13 men's. Be careful. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah, and they might not even be fake. But what Tom's trying to get across is that account on eBay has previously sold fake ASICs, and were they a dead stock pair, Tom?
Yeah, dead stock in the box, brand new. And everything they sell is brand new. Everything they sell is brand new, and a lot of people snap it up because it's so cheap in such good sizing, mind you. And it seems too good to be true. And when I got my pair, I actually found out that it wasn't true and it was fake. And they may sell real pairs like Brendo's saying now, but you're only as good as your last sale. So definitely be cautious of Express trainers, is it? Or Kicks? I don't know. Oh, Kicks Express. It's Kicks Express.
Express. And a quick question, Tom. I'm not too heavily into the ASICs. I do sell a fair bit of ASICs on my page. I'm trying to learn. I'm trying to gain my knowledge in ASICs, right? So,
Yeah.
how could you tell they were fake? So I'm not a huge ASICs head myself.
Got them in hand. The shape looked good. Box looked good. Everything was good. Everything was good at the time, but I do remember when I lifted the tag, I saw the tag and it had the wrong manufacturer on it. But at the time, I had no idea. I didn't have a reference. Later on, maybe a month, 2 months later, I had a few more pairs in the site, like in the same model, because the pair that I had, they sold pretty quickly. And when I started getting more pairs of this model, it was like, okay, they were fake. Wow, like these actually were fake. None of them were made in Vietnam. They were all made in China. Like, it was crazy. It was a rough feeling, and it was a tough pill to swallow. Yo, Bren.
Sorry, man. Sorry about that. Something just happened. Wait a sec, Tom. Wait a sec. Sorry, mate. Sorry about that, Tom. But yeah, I heard all of it, and yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy because I actually never thought that. I never really thought that there was one-to-one replicas of ASICs out there. And in a previous podcast, we were talking about Nike. We were talking about Nike one-to-one replicas, and bang, now we're talking about ASIC one-to-one replicas. It's crazy. So yeah, it's just the manufacturing. So I'm looking at a pair of gel Nimbus Novas here, and it's just made in. You saw on the size tag that it was made in, what did you say? It was Indonesia, China?
It was made in Vietnam, and that model was supposed to be made in China.
Right. And when you were talking, Tom, I did a bit of research myself, and how to check if you got legit pair of kicks, and I've checked with a pair of Novas and a pair of purple hazes, so ASICS gel quantum CMs. So you just type in the code on top of the size tag. So I got capital T 650N. When you type that up into Google, it's the exact same as doing with a pair of Nikes, and it will come up as the colorway name. So it comes up here. It's got the Novas. It's got multiple different pair of gel Nimbuses. So that's another way how you can tell that you got the pair. Hopefully you got the correct pair. I haven't actually had a pair of fake ASICs in hand. Hopefully I won't come across that. But yeah, it's fucking crazy. It's sad to see. I don't actually know. I only know that you had a fake pair. I don't really know with anyone else that has a fake pair. So
you actually do know someone who had a fake pair. I'm not going to drop their name. I'll tell you later. But they had a fake pair of Kinsai, and I pulled him up on it, and I said, "Mate, these are fake." And he ended up giving them away for free. He just said, "Whoever messages first can get these free." Because I pulled him up on it.
Right. Yep.
Yeah, so there are some. It is a shock because everything has a replica. Everything's got a replica, but when it comes to ASICs, they're running shoes. They're never seen as a luxury item, and yeah, the fakes definitely, they were a big shock. The fakes were a big shock. But
100%.
and the Nike fakes have been around for a much longer time, and because of that, Nike fakes are becoming so scary real. They look scary real, and that's what we wanted to talk about next. Brendo, the TN 1-to-1s, the React 1-to-1s, the TN3 1-to-1s. What are your thoughts, man? Because I've been seeing a few more. I see a few more pop up, and it's like, honestly, I'm going to be truthful. I cannot tell the difference.
Oh, it's something I definitely love to talk to with Baz and you about. I reckon Baz would have a very good output on this topic. A very, very good he would have a very good say about this topic. I don't know. I'd never wear replica shoes.
No, me neither.
Always wear the real ones. I was about to say fakes, bro. I always wear the real ones. You know, you don't rock around in fake kicks. You don't rock around in fake clothing. You know, you
No
just don't
way.
do that. You just don't. But in saying that, if let's just say, for instance, you know, a brand new pair of I'm looking at my free runs now. A brand new pair of triple black free runs come out. I mean, really easy replica to make, right? You just got to make sure the shape's correct. Everything else is correct. You're not going to tell the difference. No one's going to take off your shoe and be like, oi, let me see the size tag. Let me see the size tag. Let me see if they're real. Let me see if they're real. No one's going to do that, bro.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if I'm buying, let's just say $50 free runs, well, I'm going to buy 3 of them, bro, and I'm still going to save. I'm going to save $30 than buying actual retail real pair of free runs sort of thing, and I can thrash the fuck out of that pair and still have 2 good pairs. But in coming back to I won't wear fakes is because the quality, the actual comfort. I've got very, very bad feet, and I need good shoes, good comfortable shoes that support my feet very well because I've got very bad feet. So I won't wear fakes because the quality and the comfort of them are extremely off. But if the replicas are 1-to-1 and they're extremely comfortable, you never know. You never know.
It's so hard, man.
Yeah, you never know. Like I'm going to save $30, right? If I buy 3 pairs of free runs for $50. So it's $150 with 3 pairs of free runs, and I can go type up on Google Nike, go click a pair of free runs and buy a pair for 100. Is it 160 or 100?
I think it's 80.
Yeah, 180. Like, I'd rather buy 3 pairs of fakes and everyone think they're real, and save a lot of fucking money and have those 3 pairs for at least 5 to 6 years, but would you rather have that one pair only last you for a year and a half?
I would probably want the legit pair. To be honest, I would probably want the legit pair. That's just me, man. That's just me.
Like, I'm not a tight ass. Like, I'm not a tight ass though. I like buying pairs of shoes. I bought a pair of shoes today. I bought a pair of shoes last week. I love buying shoes. I love buying Nikes. I love buying ASICs. But if I'm saving money on a pair that looks exactly the same, dead set 1-to-1, and has the exact same quality as Nike and comfort, what's the difference?
Yeah,
I get difference.
I get you. If you were aware that it's fake and someone asked you, would you say, yeah, these are fake? Or would you play them off as they're real?
Yeah, fuck. It's a great question. I'd probably wouldn't be a bitch about it. I'd probably be, yeah, bro, these are fake. And I'd tell him, I'd be like, yeah, bro, I bought these for $50.
Yeah, man. If I were to ever rock fake shoes, I would 100% be truthful and honest and say, yeah, these are fake. I'd stick my hand up and say it because, you know, honesty and truth is all about this. It's the glue to all of these communities. And I don't want to speak for Brendo or anyone in the community here, but the best advice that I've ever learnt and could ever give is when you're buying a pair of shoes from someone that you don't trust, check the size tag. Tell them, send you a picture of the size tag. Do some analysis, because that's where that little size tag, even though it's just got some numbers, that is literally the information. That's all the information on the shoe that you need to make sure it's legit.
100%. 100%.
Would you recommend to anyone who's buying from an untrusted vendor, get a size tag pick?
Yeah, bro, and I'd do the most funny shit ever, bro. I remember there was someone. I can't say his name. I can't say it. But there was this person, and he put the pair of shoes in the fridge, and he put it next to like a Vegemite jar or a fucking Nutella jar or something, and put his name on a piece of paper just to make sure he actually had the shoes as like a legit check on the shoes. And I think he was a dodgy seller, so that's why the person did it. But in saying that, it's it shouldn't come down to that point. It's sort of a piss take. But it shouldn't come down to that point. But fuck me, it's funny, bro. It is fucking hilarious. But in saying that, it shouldn't come down to that. It really shouldn't. And yeah, definitely ask for detailed photos of the shoe. Like if the seller says, sorry, bro, can't, then you already know that he's trying to scam you. Yeah, like if the seller is trusted, and if a seller is reliable, man, you ask for a photo, he'll be able to send it to you. It's, man, usually a person has a collection in their own house, or usually they go see their collection once every week, twice every week, blah blah blah. It's going to take 5 minutes every day, sort of thing. Like just to take a detailed video of the shoe, it's not hard. It is really not hard. And to take a photo of a size tag pick is 40 seconds.
40 seconds. And you're giving the buyer, you're not only giving the buyer all the information you need, you're actually, showing them that, hey, you're trustworthy and you're building your rep. And that's what this whole thing is about. If I could give any tips to anyone who wants to start selling shoes or join the communities, you must have a good rep.
Yeah, 100%. And it's just so easy. It's so easy, bro. I had someone buy my Joel Nimbus Novas, and he's like, "Hey, bro, would you able to send photos of the front of the shoe?" Man, I sat there and it was like a 40-second video, and it should have only been 15 seconds, but it was just me literally moving the shoe at man, I can't even tell you the speed. I was literally like a fucking snail. I was literally sitting there just moving it around, because you never know. The buyer might be dodgy as and try to ruin your rep. You never know, sort of thing. It's always good to just take your time with it and do it thoroughly. Don't do it half-assed. Do it thoroughly, because then if you do it half-assed, it bites you back in the ass extremely quickly. Or it might take a while, but usually it happens extremely quickly because if you're a half-assed person reselling, the person buying the shoes will fucking call your name out, will do that many things in their power to just get you a shit rep. And I've seen it happen before. I've seen it happen.
100%. The thing is, that's the thing. If it's one message that we can leave, people like Brendo and people like Baz and people like myself, the only way we got to our positions was by being trustworthy, being one of the people that you can go to safely. And this is a big shout out to Luda from Legal Steals. That was the first thing he said when we had him. He was our first special guest, and he came on and he said, I built my account around being a place where you can come and have good customer service, feel safe, and just have it's a nice rep, and the purchase is secure. That is the most important thing. You want to be known for being. You want to be known for being the best of that. It doesn't matter. You could sell the shittiest shoes. You don't even need to sell amazing shoes. It's just about you as a person.
Man, I know someone on Instagram. He sells thrashed out beaters, and I'm going to say his name because I'm in a group chat with him on Snapchat. His name's Global Sneaker Store. I'm certain.
Yeah, he sells some fucking thrash shoes.
Man, he sells thrash shoes, but you ask him for detailed photos, he will give you detailed photos. He will say in that bio that
they're fucked. That they are beaters, and beaters are going to have toe cap set, are going to be crumbled, are going to miss veins. But man, like he's an extremely nice bloke. He's
Very
extremely
honest.
very honest bloke. He knows that they're beaters, and he will describe it in the bio that they are beaters, and that's what I like about that account. And I'll get up his account now.
And one thing that I must commend Global Sneaker Store for doing is he sells the beaters. He knows they're beaters. He lets everyone know they're beaters, and he gives a reasonable beater price. He doesn't try and upsell it, man. Like, honestly, I see pairs on his page go for like $20.
Yeah, like
you know
$15, $20, $30, bro. Like, fuck, man. Fuck.
You know what? They're not the most grail status shoes, but you know, he's being fucking truthful, and bro, his page is huge. His page is just huge. There's no denying it.
7.5k followers. I'm looking at this pair now. Nike 10, 2015 ultralight hammers, US 10, $19, sold pre-post. $19 fucking dollars. $19, bro. That's poo change. That is literally poo change. Man, like
crazy.
Yeah, bro. Like he was selling a pair of 2018 Vault Purples, US 8.5 for $120. And like, yeah, there's problems with this shoe, but like
you get what you pay for.
You get what you pay for, bro. $120 if you're a small foot lad, man, they will go for a fair mile, bro. They still have life in them. And you can just keep on going down, bro, and down, and you look at the price and you look at the shoe and you'll be like, fuck yeah, that's what I paid for. That is 100% what you pay for. French Derbies, man, they got a bit of toe cap set. They got heaps of life in them. Maybe a bit pricey, $145, but still, they still got a lot of life in them, bro. And I swear that pair sells like $600 now. So it's not even that pricey. I'll take that back. It's not even that pricey when you justify the actual price to the condition of the shoe. It's not that pricey.
No, and yeah, 100%, Brendo. I wanna thank everyone for listening in, tuning in to Grail Talk. If it's the last thing we say today, it's just get a good rep and respect the people in the community that have a good rep as well. That's the message that I want to leave. Is there any message you want to leave, Brendo?
Yeah, you get respect by giving respect.
Oh yeah, 100%. It's a two-way street always.
Yeah, 100. Like, you know, you bump someone's post, and then someone bumps your post, sort of thing. You know, I did it with Tune Charlie. Some bloke was looking for a pair of kicks. I think it might have been the Vampires, the 2019 Vampires, the TNs. I think they're 2019. Really nice pair. Missed out on them. Someone was looking for a US 11.5, US 12. Screenshot the pair, sent it to the bloke, and bang, he sold the pair of shoes, bro. You know, just shit like that. Like, just helping another bloke out. We're all in the game. We're all trying to make some money. We're all trying to give back to the community. And you know, just being nice will get you very, very far in life. Very far. And it's free to be nice. It's fucking so free to be nice.
And that's the word that you'll hear us say it so much. Me and Brendo and Baz, we always say it, and we always refer to this as a community. That's what a community is. It's fucking, there's no snakes. It's just a community, man. And you know, there are people that are pretty shitty ass, but they get sorted out real quick because our communities are very strong.
Yeah, like you always have hiccups. You always have hiccups no matter what. You know, you always got people that you'll have problems with, but you just leave it alone. You be the bigger person in the conversation. You be the bigger person, and you go, have a nice day, mate. Because if you're being nice and they're being an asshole, who will look bad? They will look bad. If you're being an asshole, you'll both look bad. But it's just funny when someone's being very arrogant and they're being real rude, and you're just absolutely killing them with kindness, and then they look back at it. Yeah, and they look back at it, and you go, "Fuck, man, that guy was being an absolute asshole." And then you look at the other person, you go, "He was being nice. I like that dude." And then bang, that's how you build a good rep.
Bro,
Yeah, this-
I had that, man. I had someone, he was blowing his fucking top off at me, swearing, going nuts. And
Yeah, man.
I was being nice. And actually what happened was he went back like a week later into the chat and deleted his messages. He went back and deleted all his messages, man. It was crazy. But I wanna wrap this up here because me and Brendo, we could be here talking for fucking days. Days.
Oh,
But,
mate, don't get me started. Don't get me started.
Bro, massive shout out to everyone who supported us so far. We're not going to give up. Grail Talk, this is what we're all about. We're talking grails, we're talking new releases, everything to do with our communities. Brendo, is there any last things you want to say?
No, man, you really said it all on the podcast about the ASICs, about the fakes, and just make sure you're looking over your shoes. You know, it's always good to look over the pairs that you get in and that you buy. You know, you really go, fuck yeah, these are awesome pair. These are hectic, bro. You always look over your pairs. Make sure you just look at the size tag. Make sure they're legit. With any pair, really, you know, you don't really want to be copping some fakes and then someone asks you, "Oh, are you wearing some fakes, mate?" Nah, mate, I'm not wearing fakes. They're fucking 100% real. You know, just shit like that. You know, like just I'm taking the piss, of course, but you know, just make sure you're 100%. Yeah, just looking over your shoes, making sure they're legit, making sure what you paid for, and you know, be respectful. Be respectful to the seller, and the seller will sort you out very well. Goes very, very far to be nice. Very far.
You want to be loyal to the soil. You want to be true through and through. That's the messages from Grail Talk. Massive shout out to Baz. He wasn't here today, unfortunately, but always a big part of the team. Huge shout out to Brendo for sticking it here with me, having a yarn as usual. Absolute legend. Anyone that's looking to buy pairs coming up to Christmas, head over to www.sebzvault.com. Head over to Bren's Hidden Treasures on Instagram. You can check us out now also at Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Anchor FM, and YouTube. There's got some big announcements coming for Grail Talk. We got some massive guests coming on as well. Just stay tuned, man. Honestly, stay tuned. Fucking cheers everyone for tuning in, and we'll catch you laters.
Laters, everyone.